Right. Okay. So I wanted to do this Zoom, and the topic is kind of, it's like I know it's 2 days before Christmas. So I wanted to do something that was more, and I know Ashley Walmer has done a great job about training on these topics over the last couple weeks. So basically connecting connection versus perfection. So connecting with people, um, maybe versus all of these, so doing so many things. So we know that it's busy. We know that there's so much going on with the holidays, all the things that Bravenly has had. Um, and so what the purpose of this is just showing up for each other in this busy season of life. So obviously the next few days are going to be busy. We've got Christmas Eve, we have Christmas Day, and it's not about doing more. It is just about being obviously present with your family. But like Ashley said yesterday on Mentorship Monday, it's also about being still present on your social media. So she mentioned that whenever you are showing up consistently, whenever you are on people's news feeds, when Christmas is over, like the 26th, 27th, going into the new year, people are going to be thinking about their health goals, their New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, and they're also going to be thinking about what they can do to make 2026 look different than 2025. So you don't want them just thinking about, a supplement or something to help them. You want them thinking about Bravenly, but more importantly, you want them to think about you. You want them to think about, oh, I remember that girl. She shares about Bravenly all the time. She shares how much it helps her with her hormones, or she shares how much it has helped her with her joint pain. Um, she's talked about how much that it has helped her with her weight, and her energy and just feel better. And so you want people to resonate with you. So I'm really glad that y'all are here. And just so y'all know, this is not really like gonna be a training. I know that, like I said, life is so full right now. It's so busy. And I know that December can feel really heavy for people. Um, you know, Especially if you have lost people close to you, in your life, it can feel heavier than normal. It can feel heavier than, it's just it can be a heavy season. And I recognize that. I have lived that. So I know that. Not just you, but I want you to understand that it can feel like that for your customers too. So if maybe you are like, thinking, well, I'm not where I normally am, or in the month, for yourself or for your business, or I'm not where I think I should be, just understand that it is a busy time of year. December, it's normal for these things to happen. So just think about your customers, give your customers some grace and knowing that, you know, it is Christmas time. And so they will be coming back around, I promise. Um, so I just want to remind you that we all belong here. You belong here. Even when things feel quiet, even when you might feel quieter, when you're tired, when your season looks different than maybe somebody else's, you belong here. So I just want to make sure that y'all know that progress is, look, we always say progress over perfection. I will say that all the time. So I just want y'all to know that sometimes progress means just just showing up maybe in your stories, or just doing one thing. Um, it's not going to be reaching out to 50 people. That's not what we're going to be doing over the next few days. I can tell you that. I know I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be taking some time and enjoying the time with my family, but I'm also going to make sure that I am showing up, sharing the products, sharing my journey. How can these products relate? I actually saw a really good post about Calm, Calm might be needed over these next few days. So just think about that and how you can share these products and relate them to what's going on in your life and how they might resonate with somebody that is going through maybe a hard time or, just the heaviness of the season, the busyness of the season. So think about that too. Um, so if all you did this month, I want you to think about this month, not just tonight, not just this week, not just last week, but all month, was just show up. Just show up the best that you could. That's what counts, right? I want you to think about that. And I want you to feel like, you know, I want you to definitely feel lighter when you leave this call, not heavier. That's my intention. So just keep that in the back of your mind too. So I want you to know too that every month, and we've talked about this, every month is not a growth month. So maybe, like I said, if you're thinking like, okay, I'm way behind where I was in November, or I'm way behind where I was in maybe May or June, that's normal for December. And like I said, every month is not going to be this big, it is ebbs and flows. Business is ebbs and flows. So you're not always going to be on this straight up mountain. You're going to go up and down. Okay. December does not define your worth or your potential. So keep that in the back of your mind too. I have to tell myself that a lot. It does not, your rank does not define you, your numbers, your volume, none of that defines you. And I want you guys to keep that in mind. Um, Growth can still happen in quiet seasons. So that has always been one of my things is that even though it can feel quiet or heavy, you're still growing because maybe you're growing through some things, or maybe you're growing, you know, you're going through something and you're going to grow through that. Okay. So keep that in mind too. Um, We've heard December, I've heard this and I've seen this a few times, that December is a month of planting seeds. We always think of a farmer planting seeds, watering the seeds. It's winter, so it doesn't really resonate that in that way. But I want you to know that December is about having new conversations. How can you reach somebody new? Maybe it's in your post, and fostering relationships. So forging those relationships, building stronger relationships with people. Maybe it's checking on your customers or wishing them a Merry Christmas. I always try to wish my customers, reach out personally and just wish them a Merry Christmas. There's nothing attached to it. It is just a personal message wishing them a Merry Christmas with their family. So um, think about that too. You don't have to be loud to be valuable. So maybe, just be consistent. That's the y'all know consistency is the key. We talk about that all the time. And you don't have to be loud about it. Um, and so I want to real quick, and you don't have to participate. You can put it in the chat if you want to, but I want to um, like I said, sharing is optional. You can put it in the chat. But real quick, and I am going to have another Zoom next week, more about reflecting and thinking about the new year. But for now, I want you to think about one thing that you're proud of yourself for this year. And I know sometimes that's hard for us to do, especially because like I know myself, I like to recognize other people for things that they've done. I don't really like to look at myself and be like, okay, I'm proud of myself for that. But I'm going to be vulnerable and I will just tell y'all, I wrote down something that I'm proud of myself for this year. It does not have to be a rank. It doesn't have to be a volume. It doesn't have to be nothing like that. It could be something that you learned. It could be something that you have gone through, that you have overcome. So I'm going to share with you mine. And I'll just be honest. So there were lots of times in 2025, um, it was up and down for me, and I'll just just be honest with you about that. Sometimes it felt like it would have been easier just to pull back. Um, and that was hard. That was hard. It was hard. It was, but instead I chose to grow. I chose growth over comfort. Y'all know that we don't grow in our comfort zones. Um, that is not That is not our growing place. So I definitely feel like I got kicked out of my comfort zone this year. Um, but I leaned into the Lord, and I probably have prayed more than ever this year. Um, and I trusted the process, even when I couldn't see the whole picture. Um, Sometimes He doesn't let us see the whole picture, and I still don't have the whole picture, but I'm praying for clarity and all of that, and I'm praying for that for all of you too. And so anyway, like I said, short answers are fine. If y'all don't want to share, that's fine. Um, but I am so thankful for all of you. And all of you mean so much to me and Billy, so much to us. And like I said, next week we are going to do a little bit more of a deeper dive into reflection and thinking about, and you can go ahead and start thinking about this too. I always try to have a word for the year, and I think I already have mine for 2026. Um, I'm so proud of all of you. And I just want to thank you guys for being here and being a part of not only this team, this company, but y'all play a huge part in our lives and y'all mean so much to us. So as we head into Christmas, Christmas Eve, I just want you guys to give yourself permission to rest, to enjoy the time with your families. Um, be present and release any pressure that you put on yourself and that you're carrying. So do that. I know it's hard for me to rest and to like chill out. I know that's a really hard thing for me to do, but I'm going to do it. And you don't need to do any more to belong here. You just need to show up when you can. Be consistent and show up when you can. I love that, Amelia. Grateful is your word. God knew what He was doing, not only for all. Yes, Shar, I feel the same way about you and Steve. I'm happy you said yes to brave. Yes, definitely a God thing. And I will say this too. So probably over the weekend, what is that, the 27th and 28th? Yeah. So January 10th, I want to mention this real quick. January 10th is the Vision event. Um, we have booked the room in Jasper, the rec at the rec center. Is it one of the classrooms? Yes. It's one of the classrooms. So it's not the big community room, but it's the smaller room. We did tell them that we would need a TV. They have a rolling TV now, apparently, so I can hook my computer up to it. But I'm going to ask for y'all's help. So if you're coming to that event, what we're going to do is the event or the Zoom, I think, is from 11 to 1, I think. We have the room until 3. And so what we're going to do is after the Zoom, we will do vision boards. I love doing vision boards. If you've never done a vision board, I encourage you to think about it. If you can't come that day, I still encourage you to do a vision board. I do one every single year, and I love being able to mark the things off. So what I'm going to do is yes, I am too, Shar. Um, so if you'll bring your board, and you can bring any kind of stickers you want to bring. I'll bring some scissors, marker, all like, all the basic stuff. But if you have any specific pictures that you want to print out or cut out or whatever, bring those with you. And then I'll bring, tape, glue, all that. But I'm going to do like a list of things that maybe we want to bring like snack wise, because we will be there through lunch. So maybe, we do some snacks. And yeah, I'm super excited for that event. I'm super excited to do vision boards with you guys, and I think it's going to be a good time. So anyway, that is all I have for you guys. I'm just super super grateful for you all, and yeah, so we'll meet back. So Friday, Ashley Walmer has a Zoom at 11 on the 26th, and then we will meet back next Monday, and I'm going to talk more about reflecting on 2025 and thinking about what you want going into 2026. So anyway, super, super excited. And I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I started to say Billy's in the background. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas with your families. Enjoy it. Stacy, thank you. You are such an inspiration to me. Stacy is growing leaps and bounds, and I'm so proud of her. So all of you guys have a Merry Christmas, and we will meet back out, and then obviously we'll be in the chat with each other. So, all right, y'all. Y'all have a great day and a great night, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.